And we have safely arrived for another edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Back out of here Thursday, 29th day of August, 2024. I'm Dan Kuntz, a little on the cool side, a lot of sunshine. It's only 54 degrees here in the big city. We're going to warm up. It's going to be nice. We had a beautiful day yesterday, 76. We're going to be warmer than that today. Borderline hot on Friday, and then just plain hot Saturday and Sunday. Cool down a little bit for Labor Day. You can entire holiday weekend forecast is coming up. A lot of people are taking tomorrow off, and then of course Monday off. It's a 4-day weekend. Work 3 days, get 4 days off. That's something I can get a hold of. Weather coming up, news. Yep, got that too. Mariners won back-to-back series for the first time since mid-June. They had to beat Tampa Bay yesterday afternoon to do it, and they did it. Home runs led the way, highlights of that. And we're starting to get into the prep football season a little bit, starting to whet your appetite a little bit. Eric has been running around interviewing various coaches from area schools. We'll hear from Coach Bremer out there in Cashmere this morning when we get to sports. Speaking of sports, the Continental Cup, the big surf championships being held up at Lake Chelan, at Slide Water, specifically at Lakeside Surf. River surfing, controlled surfing. All the best ones are going to be gathering in Chelan Labor Day weekend. Robert Bordner is going to talk about that. Thursday, Paws for Pets. Rosie the dog needs a permanent home, and the usual shenanigans apply. Let's not waste any time. A lot of show to get to today. Let's take our tour. And good morning to the valley. Sunrise this morning about 6:16. Sunset tonight 7:45. That's 13 hours and 29 minutes of daylight. We continue to lose about 3 minutes of daylight a day. Point of reference, we have 13 hours and 29 minutes of daylight today. On August 1st, first day of this month, we had 14 hours and 54 minutes of daylight. So we've lost about an hour and 20 minutes of daylight just this month. Our tour continues with camera number 2. That's the Chelan Butte camera pointing to the east. That's the Waterville Plateau that we're looking at. The camera is at the very tip top of Chelan Butte. Can't quite make out the Columbia River. It's right down there. You can see the orchards down there, but we're looking over towards Waterville. And I understand, despite the rather inclement weather, they had a good turnout for the NCW Fair up in Waterville last weekend. I'm glad to hear that. I was afraid that a lot of people were not going to go because of all that rain, but they did. They came anyway. It's fair season. Why not? Good morning to the folks at the very tip top of Chelan Butte. Nobody lives at the tip top of Chelan Butte, but we'll say good morning anyway. This is a spectacular view from our Lake Wenatchee camera. Look at that. This phenomenon happens when the temperature in the air and the temperature in the water is considerably different. It's only 41 degrees at Lake Wenatchee right now, and the water temperature of Lake Wenatchee proper is about a good 10 degrees warmer than that, and that's the phenomenon that you get. That'll be burned off entirely in the next 45 minutes or so, but that's kind of a cool shot. The low fog hanging over the lake. Again, it'll burn off as the air temperature goes up. And finally, speaking of Waterville, the Waterville camera looking back down the other way. In fact, you can look over to the Chelan Butte from that view. There's a beautiful shot of Lake Aniat. I think that's still, you would consider Lake Aniat. Where does Lake Aniat begin and end? I mean, it's the reservoir behind Rocky Ridge Dam, so it's called Lake Aniat, or the locals call it Lake Aniat. It's actually the Columbia River. But at what point is the demarcation line between Lake Aniat and the Columbia? If anybody knows, let me know. That's the Waterville camera looking back down towards the Columbia River, and a spectacular view of Earthquake Point right there. All right, what's the holiday weekend looking like in a general sense? Here's a little slide from the National Weather Service. Basically really, really nice. This is going to be as good as weather as you can think about. We're going to be upper 80s today. We're going to be lower 90s Friday, mid 90s Saturday, close to 100 on Sunday. We're under the influence of a pretty sizable dome of high pressure. It will begin to break down on Monday night as a cold front rolls into the area. We'll be back down to normal temperatures by the time we get to the middle of next week as the cold front comes in, but no complaints at all. If you have outdoor recreational activities, you're good to go, folks. Enjoy. Pack the sunscreen. From the National Weather Service in detail, here we go. Sunshine all day, high of 88, so considerably warmer than our 76 yesterday. We also have a warmer start. It's 54 right now. It was 50 at this time yesterday. 55 for the overnight low tonight, 93 Friday, 95 Saturday, 99 on Sunday. Back down to the mid-90s on Labor Day. You'll start seeing a few more clouds Labor Day. especially late in the afternoon as the cold front comes in, knocks the high pressure out of alignment. By the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, cooler but still hot as we say goodbye to August and welcome September. Wow, on Sunday? Jeez. All right, that's a look at your forecast. When we come back, the news. You're watching the Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
Public notice. Never before RV public auction. 5 days only. August 22nd to the 26th. Come down and place your bid with no bid refused. There's hundreds of new and used RVs to be auctioned like Flagstaff, Starcraft, Forest River, Jayco, and Salem. Amazing financing. 0 down and no payments until 2025. There's food and refreshments. And you could be an instant winner of a 2024 trailer or $30,000 in cash. So don't miss the one-time only bid and buy auction sale. 5 days only. August 22nd through the 26th.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
I have a question. Are you paying over $170 to $230 for your Medigap supplement? At Springwater Insurance, we search all Medicare plans available in our state. We don't work for any insurance companies, we work for you. And the insurance companies pay us to teach you. Now, our clients are paying as low as $137 per month for their Medicare plans. So call right now for a free phone quote. It takes about a minute. Call us at 509-888-2600.
Gorgeous morning, 54 degrees, gobs of sunshine, upper 80s today to lower 90s on Friday. Just a hot weekend coming our way. Labor Day weekend is almost upon us. Mother Nature's dealing us nothing but aces. 8 minutes after the hour, Wenatchee Valley College workers walked an informational picket line on Wednesday just outside the administration building. They're seeking a better cost of living increase under their next contract. 98 staff members at the college are among the thousands of state classified workers who must come to an agreement by October 1st with Washington's Office of Financial Management. The college itself is not directly involved in the negotiations. Wendy Glenn is a data engineer at Wenatchee Valley College, also a member of the union's bargaining committee. She said in recent years, staff members have had to quit, take second jobs, or go on public assistance just to make ends meet.
Every 2 years we bargain, try to get a cost of living. And for the last 25 years, it's been averaging $1.67% cost of living. And cost of living has gone up 2.6% for the last 25 years. So we've just been getting further and further behind. They're offering us 2% this year and 0% the next year. And we've seen how housing prices have doubled. Grocery prices have almost doubled, and housing prices have skyrocketed, and there's classified staff members across the state that have second jobs, and the state just isn't keeping up with the cost of living for us. They're custodians, they're financial aid assistants, they're admin assistants, they're office assistants, facilities, the grounds maintenance, just everybody who supports the college. We're the staff.
No traffic tickets were issued by Wenatchee Police Officer Reed Klein yesterday morning. He was patrolling the school zones around Wenatchee. Klein is part of the Wenatchee Police Department's traffic unit that has partnered with Wenatchee School District to conduct emphasis patrols at the start of the school year. And for Wenatchee, that was yesterday. The Columbia Elementary student population headed to class for the first time at either Washington or Lincoln elementary schools, and that was the major focus point of the collaboration between the district, the city, and the police department. Klein took one of our cameras along on a ride-along and explained the goals of the extra patrols.
This morning, our focus is the school zones, definitely school zone safety. So what I want to do this morning, being that it's the first day back, is just drive through our school zones and see where kids are crossing, how they're getting to school, how they're walking, and just make sure that they're doing it safely. The best possible way to mitigate the fallout of losing Columbia and losing all those walking routes, we had to figure out how we were going to channel all those students up to the two different schools, and not only how are we going to get them there, but how are we going to do it safely. And we took the responsibility of saying it's up to us to give the parents and the students the safest route possible. So with the help of the school district and the city alike, we were able to come up with these routes and adding bus routes and just kind of tabletopping and brainstorming some ideas, which ultimately we came up with. Washington is going to be the biggest arterial to get students up to Washington Elementary, and through that we came up with the plan of having parents and guides stand on those zones and encourage kids. This is the route you need to go. Take the sidewalks, cross at the crosswalks, and just be safe. And the same over at Lincoln as well. Met-how here on Ferry was a big concern of ours, because that Ferry Street is another major arterial like Orondo, where there's a lot of cars coming and going from it. If you're on the south end and you want to go east-west, Ferry Street is the route that you're going to take. And one major concern we had was with losing Columbia, those kids were going to have to be funneled onto Met-how to cross Ferry to get 3 blocks down to Lincoln. And that was a big talk we had with the city, and trying to engineer the safest way possible to get students up to Lincoln. The ultimate goal is the students, educating them and letting them know where the safe routes are, but also the general public who are using this just to commute. I would say probably 50% of these vehicles passing us are just commuting to work, not necessarily commuting to get kids to school. And so they also have to be up to speed on the changes that we've made too, because yesterday this intersection wasn't a problem, but today it's absolutely a problem. And we have to be the ones to remind the public and the parents and students that we need to be safe in this intersection. And so our work is going to be never ending. But what we did and what we had success with at the start of the year is going to be our motto for the start of this school year too. Is be out here, be visible, and just try and make a difference early, and not necessarily be heavy-handed and write every ticket we see and every infraction. And I don't think that's the right approach to this. I think what's more important is being visible, especially on the first day of school, having all the parents see that the officers are here, we're working the school zones, we're taking it seriously. And I think that, in conjunction with the enforcement, is going to make sure that this year goes even better than last year.
They have new sensors in the bathrooms at Wenatchee High School and the 3 Wenatchee middle schools, and those they can detect smoke, vaping, and signs of physical altercations. The Safety and Security Director for the Wenatchee School District is Tom Cooey, and he said the new sensors can differentiate between smoking tobacco and smoking marijuana because they can detect THC, and the sensors use sound, pressure, and time to detect things like gunshots or aggressive behavior. The sensors were purchased with money won from a lawsuit that the district joined against the e-cigarette company Juul, which will total $140,000 paid over several years. Cooey presented the information to the Wenatchee School Board on Tuesday, and he said the sensors do not keep any information, but instead send notifications with the date, time, and location when a sensor is tripped, when school officials suspect a student of using or possessing an e-cigarette device on school grounds. They can use metal detecting wands to screen the student's backpack. The Chelan-Douglas Health District said yesterday that a second bat has tested positive for rabies in Chelan County. The first bat tested positive on August 21st. That bat had contact with a pet. This rabid bat apparently had contact with a human. All of the individuals who were exposed are receiving treatment. The health district is urging people to avoid direct contact with bats and secure your home so the bats can't get in. And if you're bitten or scratched by a bat, clean the wound as thoroughly and as fast as possible, and then go see your doctor. Local authorities are partnering with the state in the long-running search for a missing Omak teenager. Kit Mora has been missing since the spring of 2022. She would now be 19 years old. The Omak Police Department now says it's continuing the search in partnership with the Murdered and Missing Indigenous Women's and People's Cold Case Unit. That's a division of the Attorney General's office in our state. On Monday, the Washington State Patrol Crime Lab searched the former apartment of a relative of Kit's. Police say that search displaced the family. That family has now been relocated. Any material collected will be analyzed by the crime lab. Kit is non-binary, 5'2", with black or dark brown hair. Anybody with information about the case is asked to call the Omak Police Department. The city of Leavenworth is hosting a ribbon-cutting ceremony tomorrow to celebrate the grand opening of the newly renovated playground at the old Osborne Elementary School. Construction of the playground cost about $957,000. It was funded by an American Rescue Plan grant. The renovation process included installing a new playground equipment and pour-in-place rubber surfacing. The project was led by a neighborhood playground committee and enriched through feedback from public surveys. Local residents are invited to attend the ribbon-cutting ceremony. It's tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. You can meet the volunteers and the staff, and the kids can play on the equipment. And finally, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife is seeking public feedback on a proposed change for the yellow perch fishing rule at Fish Lake. The proposal would erase the current daily fishing limit of 25 yellow perch. The state is proposing this change in hopes of increasing angler opportunities for harvesting more yellow perch, which could improve the average size of fish in the lake. There's going to be a virtual public meeting on this on September 10th to discuss the proposal. Online comments are being accepted right now. Individuals must register on the state's website if they want to attend the virtual meeting. And that is the news at 18 minutes after the hour. The news will come your way tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. We think it's important that you know what's going on in the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington. That's why we do a newscast. 5, 6, and 10 on television, up and running on our homepage, ncwlife.com. It'll be up and running on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, whatever. You can't miss it. Our news is going to be there. It's easy to find. If you haven't downloaded our app yet, there's the QR code. Go at it, and if something out there is newsworthy, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works Shared Membership Model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
Sports at 20 minutes after the hour. Victor Robles and Julio Rodriguez each hit 2-run home runs in the 5th inning. Mariners beat Tampa Bay 6-2 yesterday. Randy Arozarena went deep against his former team. Luis Castillo pitched well. This is the first time, by the way, the Mariners have won consecutive series since mid-June.
When he decided to swing it was perfect location.
Let's see if this will get it done or not. Carlson waiting for it. Arozarena is racing home. Here's the throw. It's up the line, and Randy scores standing. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Luke Raley. Lifted high, deep out to left field. Robles back and gone. The punch the Mariners have been looking for.
We've really been talking a lot about this over the last few days, a 2-strike approach, and you saw his feet were so quiet. I talked about him stepping up in the box, not a big leg kick at all, and just putting that ball in play. A fastball just above the zone and brushes it into left field.
3-2. A high riser, riding back into the corner, gone!
But right here, his timing is perfect. And he's saying, listen, it's only a bad at bat if I don't take something away from that at bat. I think he takes something away from that pop up in the 4th inning, and that's why he crushes this home run in the 5th.
Why he's swinging the bat so much better in this series. Back through the middle and a base hit. It'll be in a run as Lau comes in. To third base, Morel. And a 2-out RBI hit for Dylan Carlson makes it 5-2 Seattle.
Fly ball, lifted high, blasted back. Randy Arozarena strikes again. His second this series, 430 feet for the former Ray.
And this has got to feel so good for Randy against his former team. He was absolutely adored there. To be able to do this not once, but again against your former team.
He pops it up. Polanco drifting over, underneath it, and the Mariners win it. They take the series.
Yeah, Seattle is off today, by the way. Then they start a 10-game, 10-day road trip. It's tomorrow against the Angels. They move on to Oakland, and they finish in St. Louis. To the standings we go in the American League West and the scoreboard. Houston just crushed Philadelphia 10-0, so Seattle remains 3.5 games behind the Astros, the American League West standings. Texas sweeps the White Sox in a doubleheader. Oakland over Cincinnati. That's not how you spell Cincinnati. And Detroit beat the Angels. As far as the wild card is concerned, we're hanging in there. Baltimore, Kansas City, and Minnesota are right now 1, 2, and 3 in the wild card. If the season ended today, and if it did, that would be really weird. But the Mariners, 4.5 games behind the 3rd and final wild card spot. Seahawks announced their practice squad yesterday. Those are the 16 members who get paid about $12,000 a week. If you're a rookie, if you're a veteran, you get paid about $20,000 a week. And all you have to do is practice. The trade-off, of course, is that you get beat up by the starting team. So there's the Seahawks practice squad, and it will change from week to week. High school, well, of course, school's now underway, and Brian Bremer is quickly getting the Cashmere Bulldogs ready for the upcoming prep football schedule. They had a jamboree this week, and then they settled into their conference schedule. Of course, they're now in the South Central Athletic Conference. Their first game will be September 6th at Wapato, the gateway to Yakima. Of course, Coach Bremer can't help but look ahead and circle on the calendar October 4th. That's when defending state champion Royal comes to Cashmere.
Yeah, they do it the right way, man. And they have a lot of guys come back. I believe they have 19 of 22 guys come back on a state championship team that won by 42 points. Quarterback is probably the best player in the state, regardless of classification. Really, really good coaches. They do things the right way. But beyond that, we're pumped. The thing that I felt the most frustrated about last year and how our quarterfinal game ended was because we wanted a chance to play really well at their house in the semifinals on a state championship berth. And we didn't get it done, we didn't get an opportunity, and now we've changed leagues, and it's a guarantee. And no matter what happens 1 through 4, we're going to get a chance week 5. But again, it doesn't matter if it's Royal, it doesn't matter if it's Wapato, it doesn't matter if it's the New York Jets. We got to take care of what we can take care of within our own, what we do well.
Every year, if the schedule allows, we try to get one Cashmere game in on television. We're going to do just that. The game against Chelan and Cashmere for the Old Bronze Shoe. We'll have that for you on Thursday, October 24th. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Your obscure holiday today, it's according to Hoyle Day. Today, the guy who said we need to have codified, prescribed rules of particular games, whatever it is, according to Hoyle. His name was Edmund Hoyle. He was a British writer. He died in 1769, which is pretty remarkable. He lived to be 97 years old. He was the first one to say, okay, we need specific rules for specific games. And so Mr. Hoyle, Edmund Hoyle, gets credit for that. Edmund Hoyle was the very first inductee into the Poker Hall of Fame in 1979, even though he died 60 years before poker was even invented. There are about 300 or so games, by the way, that are in the book, according to Hoyle, that you can buy at bookstores anywhere or probably download online. It's according to Hoyle Day. Play by the rules, if you have to. It's 26 minutes after the hour. Today in history. Ishi comes out of the woods. August 29th, 1911. Ishi, the last Native American to make contact with the white American, emerges from the wilderness of northeastern California. This was in 1911. He was the last of the Yana tribe. The rest of his tribe had died. He didn't know his own name because, according to custom, members of the Yana tribe do not speak their names nor the name of any Yana Indian who died. He was the last, so no person ever called him by his given name because he never said what it was. He was about 50 years old. He finally said, I'm the last one. I might as well go out and introduce myself. He became an international sensation. He lived 5 years in an apartment at the University of California. They gave him a job. They studied him. But, of course, he had no immunity to communicable diseases. Being a Native American, he would die of tuberculosis 5 years later. But he came out of the woods August 29th, 1911. August 29th, 1966, 58 years ago today, the Beatles performed their last concert before paying fans at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. The only holdout during the 1966 tour was Paul McCartney, but towards the end of that tour, even Paul realized this wasn't going to work anymore. About 25,000 people showed up. Fans paid between $5 and $6.50 for tickets. The Beatles' fee was about $90,000. It was promoted by Tempo Productions. The Beatles took 65% of the ticket sales. The city of San Francisco took 15% of the ticket sales, and they were given 50 free tickets. So between all of that, Tempo Productions lost money on the Beatles' last concert on this date in 1966. Only the Beatles, their manager Brian Epstein, and their road officer Tony Barrow knew that this would be the final show. They actually recorded it on a cassette deck on stage. It's been bootlegged. You can listen to it online. That was 58 years ago today. Now, this is a hurricane. We all remember Hurricane Katrina, August 29th, 2005. 1,836 people died, over $100 billion in damages, and it didn't quite do a direct hit on New Orleans. It just missed New Orleans, but New Orleans got hammered anyway. Hurricane Katrina makes landfall 19 years ago today. And this isn't supposed to happen. August 29th, 2008, 16 years ago today, 6 U.S. cruise missiles armed with nuclear warheads are flown from Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota to Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana. The nuclear warheads in the missiles were supposed to have been removed before the missiles were taken from their storage bunker. They didn't do that. They didn't even know they were on there. They remained mounted, nuclear warheads remained mounted to the aircraft at both Minot and Barksdale for 36 hours before somebody realized, you know, these warheads are not protected by the security precautions for nuclear weapons. They could have dropped a bomb, a nuclear bomb. I'm sure somebody got fired for that. At the bottom of the hour, 3 heavenly birthdays. The greatest saxophonist of them all, Bird, Charlie Parker. Born in the state in 1920, only lived to the age of 34, and he was lucky to get that far. But no saxophonist, period, regardless of musical genre, could outstrip Charlie Parker. It is good, a fantabulous saxophone player. John McCain, Senator John McCain, of course, the 2008 Republican nominee for the presidency of the United States, spent 5.5 years as a POW in Vietnam, 5 terms as an Arizona senator. John McCain, born in the state in 1936, and Michael Jackson, born in the state in 1958, died at the age of 50 in 2009. Special thanks to Alpine, oh yes, and me. Yes, it's my birthday today. Thank you. Dan from the show, that's good. Thank you, that's nice. Not my best photo though. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I am celebrating a birthday today. Oh gee, what are we doing here? This is without my authorization, by the way. That's me at Lopez Island a few years ago. I don't know, like 10 years ago maybe. I've aged very well. Here's me winning pickleball. I'm extremely good at pickleball. That's me in my younger days, probably about 40 or so, I don't know. Good looking guy, nice shades, Dan. Yes, that's proof that I actually graduated from high school. Yeah, my younger days. My misbegotten, woe-begotten, wasted youth. And look at me now, a local television star. I had no idea they were going to do this. 60 for the first time. And I'm feeling it too. Josiah, I would like to see you right after the program. Let's thank Alpine Air, because I wrote a big fat check, so I would thank them. Thank you to Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. Still to come, my conversation with Robert. The big Surfside, the big Continental Surf Cup is this weekend up at Lake Chelan. We'll get about that. Pause for Pets. Rosie needs a home. Do we have that?
Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Merry Maids, Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager. And today I'd like you to meet Rosie. Rosie is we think about 3 years old, husky or husky mix. She's certainly got that husky spirit. Even though she's 3, she's still goofy and playful like they are. But she's also kind of chill sometimes. She loves her belly rubs. Yeah, she does. She's really sweet and affectionate. She loves her people. She's really soft. And yeah, we've had Rosie for too long. We've had her for about a month. She actually did get adopted out once and returned, and they really didn't want to return her, but she got way too excited by their cats, and so they were a little worried, so they brought her back. So we know for a fact, not great with cats. We don't usually have that information. She gets along really great with our dogs here. She's not reactive to them. She just wants to play. She's a really sweet girl. Yeah. She loves toys and walks. Yeah, she just likes being with people. She's a very, very social girl. Oh, she knows some commands. She can sit and she can lay down. If you have the right treats, sometimes she can be a little picky, but she really wants to please because she loves her people so much. And that actually makes her easily trainable to learn other new things. Yeah, hi, sweetheart. Hello. Oh, she also loves the water. We found this out because we have a pool in one of our play yards. And she just loves splashing around. Oh, one other thing though I should mention is we suggest a fenced yard because she is kind of good at being a husky and running wherever her heart leads her. So she can get over small fences, we know that. So just a suggestion. But we'd love you to come meet her. We're open 12:30 to 6, Thursday through Tuesday, and we'd love you to come in.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCW Life app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCW Life app now.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, you may be asking what this thing is here, okay? Well, what it is, because I keep punching it, it runs the teleprompter, okay? Now, I'm not the president. I'm not anybody else real important. They don't have the teleprompter set up so that it runs at the right speed for me. So I have to keep punching this button to make it stop and go. So if you're wondering what I'm doing with this, that's what I'm doing. And if you're thinking, boy, that McNaughty really isn't all that bright at all, well, join the club. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. Hey, that's my opinion.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome back to the program. Usually people gravitate to Lake Chelan on Labor Day weekend to kind of unofficially wrap up summertime activities. If you're going to Lake Chelan, you're going to go to Slide Waters and Lakeside Surf. If you're not going to Lake Chelan, you're going to want to go to Lakeside Surf anyway, because it's back. It's the 3rd annual Continental Cup. These are the very best at what they do, and Robert Bordner of Lakeside Surf is here to talk about the 3rd annual Continental Surf Cup. It's Labor Day weekend of this year at Lakeside Surf, which is the new addition to Slide Waters, and a great one at that, Robert.
Thank you. Yeah, we're super excited. I mean, this is an international river surfing competition, probably the best collection of these type of surfers in the world. And it's the 3rd time we've been able to host it. We have plans for a few more, and in my mind, each year has been getting a little better, so super excited about this one.
You can't have the Continental Cup without the Lakeside Surf Complex, which is new to the whole Slide Waters thing. It was a bit of a gamble, because these things are not cheap. Yeah. But you guys did your research, you looked around, they're very popular in Europe, and you said, we should build one of these here to see what happens. You built it. Did you build it with the idea that you would have top flight folks in this field come and check it out? Because you consulted with the experts. Yeah. It's for the tourists and the people to enjoy and feel like they're surfing without actually surfing. But now you have this.
Yeah, it was an evolution. So we kind of like, when Burke and I were trying to figure out what we wanted to do next, we wanted to find something that was skill-based and that would gravitate towards a little bit older kid and young adult. And we came across CityWave and loved what they were doing. And we always knew from the beginning that we would host tournaments. That was part of the plan, and you can see that in the design, the amphitheater feel of where the audience can be in watching it. Ours is the best in the world for an audience spectator and how many we can fit around it. It's also the biggest, most powerful wave in the world of this style. So that pulls people in as well. But I did not envision that our tournament would be so world-class, draw people from so far as our first go, right? Like, you think maybe we would build to that, but to be able to have the Continental Surf Cup created for us and here and hosting it has just been phenomenal. It draws people in. The surfers for Team Europe are super excited to be on Team Europe just because it means they get to come surf our wave. And it's the best in the world, and they're excited about it.
When you built it, Lakeside Surf, you consulted with some of these top flight surfers to say, how do we go about doing this? What does a hardcore surfer look for in these kind of facilities? You did your homework, right?
Yeah. CityWave was fantastic with that. They know these people, and just connecting in, like, what do they want? We told them, it's like, give us a wave that won't be outdated in a year or two. And it's still, people that have surfed it compare it to nothing else. There's wider waves, but there's nothing that is as powerful and is what they're looking for, with how steep the wave can get, with how much water they can push against to do their tricks. And it shows in the surfing, the ability of how fast they can go, how high they can get off the lip. These things are just second to none in the world here at Lakeside Surf. So we're super excited that that's what we've created. That's what they want to come surf, and it's been a hit, been a success.
You know, you did good when the professionals, the top flight folks who do this, say this is a place you need to come and do it at. It's like a golfer playing Augusta. Yeah. This is the kind of place that you want to play your trade at.
Yeah, this is, you have to experience the wave at Lakeside Surf, right? Like, if you haven't done that yet as a real river surfer, then you haven't experienced really the top echelon of a river wave. And that's what we've done and created, and our experience all around it. We've just trying to build and keep up with the quality of the wave. So we have a world-class wave, and we're trying to create a world-class experience for everybody, not just the surfers.
This is the 3rd annual Continental Surf Cup. That's good, because that means that they have done more than one, which means it's working. And that's the most important thing at all. You got through the growing pains, the teething pains. You got it all laid out. You have a great facility. So is this going to be just a regular thing now? I mean, are we going to pencil in Labor Day weekend every year up to the surf place?
That's our goal. Right, that's what we want to happen. We planned for 5 years, partnering with CityWave, who kind of organizes and hosts the tournament with us. They bring Team Europe to the table, we bring Team USA to the table, and those are the 2 key components. So we can't really do it without someone that's going to organize and bring Team Europe to Lakeside Surf. And we've talked to them, like, because we originally modeled it after the Ryder Cup, where, you know, 2 teams competing for a trophy, and we're like, hey, do we want to come to Europe on alternate years? And they basically said, No, the wave is the draw, right? Like your surfers would come here, and yeah, the tournament might be fun, but they'd be disappointed in the surfing experience. And our surfers, all they want to do is get to Lakeside Surf and surf your wave as much as possible. It's like, all right, we'll host it every year. So we have a plan for, we did the first year, and after that one went well, we said, okay, let's plan for 5 more years. So this is year 2 of that 5 years. So if everything continues to go well, we'll get 6 in the books, and then keep planning from there, and hopefully it just gets bigger and better. Our goal is to have a world-class event that we can televise and everybody knows about and wants to support and see and knows that it happens in Chelan, Lakeside Surf on Labor Day weekend.
And it's going to be live streamed. If you just go to their website, you can click on it and you can watch it. But as you mentioned before, the way that it's laid out, the physical layout of the campus, it's just the gradual thing. It's a beautiful place. It's been packed every year. How does the competition work? I mean, if you're just, I don't know the first thing about surf competition. How does it work? How does the scoring done? Do you have to do tricks? Do you have to do a routine? Talk about how that works.
Yeah, so the Continental Surf Cup is also unique in and of itself. So it is a team competition. That's the core of what's going on, Team USA versus Team Europe. But within that, we have individuals competing for a podium finish and, first, second, third, and prize money. There's 4 rounds that lead to the finals. So there's 2 rounds that we would call the team rounds, and this is your just standard river surfing, and it's scored with power, speed, and flow on their surfing, as well as the tricks that they can do. So it's like a 60-40 split. So the judges are watching like how much speed and power they have and giving 6 of their 10 points for that. And then they're watching the tricks that they execute and how well they do those and giving 4 of their points for that. And then they get a score, 1 to 10. And that's their individual score. But in each heat, there's 2 USA and 2 Europe surfers. And you add your 2 best runs together, and then now we have a team score. So if we were USA and we get our scores, we add those together and see if those 2 scores beat Team Europe's score. And if they do, then we get at the team point for Europe. And then we do that for 2 rounds, and then we have a round that's called Best Trick, and that is structured the same, but surfing is just 10-second runs, and they just try to throw 1 trick, and the whole 10 points is based on the 1 trick that they execute. Same thing, they have a partner in that round, and you're competing against the other team.
How are the teams assembled? I mean, who gets to represent the United States, and how are they picked? And the same deal with Europe. How does that work?
Yeah, so Europe has had a few competitions. They have a few returners, and then they jumped on with something that we've done from the beginning, which is some video submissions. So our team is made up of people that automatically qualified. So last year we had Ben Benson surf, and he finished runner-up in the competition last year.
He's back this year.
So he's back this year. Cash Agabrod surfed the Battle of the Butte, which was our other tournament at the end of June, and he won that, so he automatically qualified. And same with the girl qualifier from the Battle of the Butte that won that. She automatically qualified. That was my daughter, so super proud of Reese for doing that. And then we have a few sponsor invites on Team USA, people we know that just rip and can kind of skip the video submission. But then kind of that open mentality that we wanted to create, give everybody an opportunity, we took video submissions, and we got 15 to 20 video submissions this year. We passed those out to judges, and they score them all, and we use those to help us fill the rest of the spots. There's 10 guys and 6 girls on each team.
They're from all over, not just our state, Hawaii, California, Oregon, Massachusetts, a surfing hotbed out there in Massachusetts, Idaho. Go figure that one out. Is there a local favorite we want to keep an eye on, somebody we want to cheer for?
Yeah, well,
I just think like the Olympics, you always want to cheer for the local guy.
You want to know who you've got. Yeah, we're super proud that not only because we have Lakeside Surf, and there's a lot of our coaches, so if you come up and you want to try out Lakeside Surf and see what river surfing is all about, there's a good chance if you schedule it right, you'll come across a Team USA member that is working for us and coaching for us. We have a good handful of, we already mentioned him. Ben comes early August every year and starts coaching for us and training for the Surf Cup. He's done that the last couple of years. He's itching to get to the top of the podium, and we're super anxious and excited that he can beat out the 2-time defending champ, Lenny Weinhold from Germany. So we're excited to watch Ben. He is a phenomenal surfer. He surfs in the ocean. He competes in the ocean as well. And he's made this kind of a part of his August to early September routine. Cash Agerbrod's been surfing with us for a long time. He's a local Chelan kid. He's a phenomenal surfer. His dad is our manager. His dad's also on the team, so we have a father-son combination there. His dad's super excited about how he can push Ben this year, so that's kind of our top competitors on that side.
You knew that coming in, though, also, because when you built this 6-7 years ago, you know that somebody in the Wenatchee Valley or Chelan area is going to go up there and they're going to get into it and they're going to become a world-class river surfer because the facility is right there. And you knew that going in.
Absolutely, and the amount of wave time that they get. I mean, you flip over to our female side of things. They're almost all but one of them is a local lakeside surf regular surfer. The only one that's not is a young competitive surfer from Hawaii. Her name's Cash Hoover, and she qualified last year on a video and then got an automatic invite back this year. But the others work for us or grew up in the area. My daughter hadn't river surfed before August of 2020 when we turned this thing on, and so she's a beginner, and they're competing against European women and girls that have been surfing their whole life.
Been doing it since they were 6 or 7.
Yeah, but our learning curve is much faster than theirs, so we're catching up faster because of the wave that we have, because of the time that they have. So that is kind of hopefully close the gap there, and if our girls can do good this year and our boys put out a great effort, then this could be the year that Team USA wins.
Have other water parks in the West Coast come and take a look at what you guys got going there and say, hey, you know, Robert and the crew got a pretty goddamn good thing here. Let's build one too. Let's go check it out. Has that happened?
Not too much in the water park world yet, but CityWave has opened up a few more locations, and they're more isolated around just the surfing. Just like if you just parsed off lakeside surf, that's what people are doing, not a water park attached to it, which really scares me. Like, I love that we are built, that Burke and I built our surf park next to Slidewaters.
Sure.
We're in year 41. Slidewaters is the bread and butter of the Chelan Valley for the summer. Everyone loves it. It's the lake and Slidewaters, right? Like, it's established. So we're kind of building off that. It helps support us. Like, if I had to name our biggest sponsor, it'd be Slidewaters, right? But now we're trying to take and build the surf park on in itself, and that's what people are doing around the country. There's a couple popped open in Texas. There's plans for some I think in Arizona, but I don't know of anyone else that's attaching it right next door to a water park.
Oh, and water parks, water slides are by definition, they have to have elevation changes, and these really don't. I mean, these surf pools don't have to have that to make it work. Schedule's right here. The teams will be practicing on the 30th and 31st of August. That's Friday and Saturday. Competition on the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd. It's all, well, how much is admission to watch the Continental Cup, Robert?
Yeah, no cost. No cost for admission. So Lakeside Surf is always free for people to come watch, take in the entertainment. So we're super proud of that. We want people to come and see what this is all about and get an experience of river surfing in an international world-class competition. So just come, find your parking, and find your seat. There's a couple times throughout the day where it's standing room only, but the bulk of the competition is the afternoons on Saturday and Sunday, Labor Day weekend. We start around 2:30. Best trick, which is super exciting, is Saturday night, and that kind of runs from about 6 to 9 o'clock. And we end up kind of under the lights and do a trophy presentation to whoever wins that specific portion of the competition. And then same thing Sunday. We start around 2:30 and we move all the way down to the finals. So Sunday afternoon, we have kind of gotten down to the top 4 USA surfers from guys and girls, top 4 for Europe, guys and girls, and they are competing for the podium finish of, you know, 1st through 4th in the finals, and still giving out major team points, so it can still really go all the way to the end to who's going to win the cup.
Even though it's at the campus of Slidewaters, there's going to be plenty of parking. You've arranged for that. You're going to have a bigger parking lot than you would normally have, so don't worry about that. You're going to feed me beer and food, stuff I'm going to have if I'm going to watch this?
Yeah, I mean, the goal, people come, and 2:30 to 9, we don't want you to get hungry or thirsty. So we're bringing an extra bartender. We got an extra spot for our pulled pork sandwiches. The taco truck will be ready and staffed, and we have phenomenal food up there, so we're really proud of that. A great beer lineup. We're a beer-only facility, so we really focus on getting some great stuff. We carry some old schoolhouse brewery. They do some great things, and then supplement it really with whatever else you would want. White Claw, right? They got a wave right on their logo. I don't know how we couldn't sell White Claws. So yeah, great opportunity to hang out all day. You can even start your day at Slidewaters, and then in the afternoon come up and find your...
It's funny you brought that up, Robert. I want to close with this. I had a buddy of mine who went up to Slidewaters on Labor Day weekend a couple of years ago, not even knowing the Continental Cup was going on. And it was on Saturday, and they were going, what's going on over there? And they kind of just morphed on over there, and they just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
They just fell in love with it. And then the next, I think the next weekend, they were like, I want to try this. I want to see what this is all about.
Yeah, that's really a testament to the goal, right? Like, is that people would come and see everything that we've got going on and be exposed to something pretty spectacular, and then make it a part of their routine. You know, people come to Chelan for summer, they come up from Wenatchee just to get a break, and we want them to have a great time. We want them to come experience what we're offering. We want them to come with friends and family, make memories, build relationship, or I feel like that's the foundation of life, is like making memories, spending time with each other that really pulls people together. And that's one of the reasons that we loved this type of event and facility, is because river surfing is very community oriented. Like, when you watch it, you see it's different than the ocean. In the ocean, you're on your board, you're battling for the next wave. The guy next to you might be your best friend on sand, but if you want this wave, you're competing with him for it. In ours, it's in a line, the wave's there, you just wait your turn, you know you're going to get it, you don't have to worry about whether the next one's coming, so everyone's much more social, you're waiting next to each other, you're chatting, it's great. It brings people together, and that's Burke's and my goal is at Slidewaters, at Lakeside Surf, is to bring people together, allow them to make memories, build a relationship, as the foundation of life is being with people.
The concise way of putting it in Robert's words is it's a party, is what it is. And by the way, if you're curious about all the stuff we're talking about, there's a really cool video on the Lakeside Surf website. It'll explain everything you need to know. Very well done, very well professionally done. Again, it's Labor Day weekend, the 3rd annual Continental Surf Cup. It'll also be live streamed if you can't make it out. Robert, thanks for coming by and spending some time with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. This was fantastic.
And let us know how it goes.
I will.
All right.
I will.
All right. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
What once was old now is new to the NCW Life Channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCW Life Channel, your local TV station.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
55 degrees here in the big city. Really hasn't warmed up a great deal. Of course, there's no real radiant heat with the cold air that's still here from a couple of days ago. That's going to change starting today. And boy, I know Robert and the crew up at Lakeside Surf, they got to be really happy about this forecast because it's Labor Day weekend, the traditional end of summer, although it isn't. It kind of sort of is. People are going to be drawn to the area lakes and streams and parks and golf courses and swimming pools. I'm looking at you, Michael and Kimberly. In any event, Mother Nature says, here's a nice weekend for you. North Central Washington, check out the forecast. Sunshine today will be into the 80s, 88 after hitting 76 yesterday. So the warm-up begins today. Our normal high this time of the year is 83. So will be above normal for sure. 55 for the overnight low tonight, 93 on Friday, 95 on Saturday, 99 on Sunday as we welcome September, Monday to Labor Day, 94, and then the big ridge of high pressure is going to give us all the sunshine and warm temperatures, going to get bumped out of alignment. Monday night into Tuesday, we'll see a few more clouds. They'll be slightly cooler, but no real big change in the weather. That is, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.